What's up, lefties? Welcome to the Left Hand Backhand podcast. Coming at you with Michael Harris, and joining me is my co-host Lincoln Cook. Nice to see you again, Lincoln. It's been a long time since we chatted, and glad that we're finally getting this up and running.
Yeah, we have texted for too long, and we talked about disc golf too long that my wife is almost thinking that I have a secret boyfriend or something. So we figured we'd just start recording our conversations and have some fun with it, right?
Exactly. Yeah. You, I think, know kind of our order of operations. So if you want to give a little breakdown of what we're going to be doing today through this episode, and we can just get right into it.
Yeah. So first episode, things will change, but ordinarily we'll have four main topics. We'll have disc golf weekly news and notes, so tournament news, recaps, rumors, disc golf in the news, things like that. And then we'll move to dealer's choice, where each week I will come up with a question for you and for us to discuss, and then we'll have the dealer's choice round two, where you will have a question or a topic for me. And then we'll do a little in the bag section where we either have a discussion on discs, plastics, or maybe a question of like a disc slot in our bag that we just want to like talk through and discuss, which is about like 50% of our text messages. And then or it could be about something new in our bags, like a new disc that we found or something that we've wanted to try out and bought without telling anyone. And then we'll finish it up with a 2-minute drill. Hopefully a quick discussion, a 2-minute discussion on an area of our game that we are either struggling with or want to work on, and figuring out a drill that we can do over the next week to work on, and then also hopefully report on those for the next week's podcast.
Perfect.
And since it's the first, figure we'll do a little player intro, right?
Yep.
Introduce ourselves, our playing style, where we're at, how long we've been playing disc golf, all those sorts of fun questions. So, Mike, why don't you start us off?
Okay, perfect. So I got a few questions for you. Obviously, we play disc golf. We're disc golfers, but we want to know Lincoln Cook as a whole here. So, kind of from the beginning, as far back as you want to take us, what sports did you play growing up?
Any sport that I could play, like anything kids would play. PE is favorite class, right? All grown up, just all sports all the time. I got serious into football and golf in high school. And so I loved the golf aspect of working on your game, taking something you're already like fairly good at or have experience in, and fine tuning it to just be better and better. And golf is all about the little things that help to make little improvements, which in turn make big improvements over time. Mm-hmm. So that was one of the things that drew me to disc golf. And then I also just loved throwing anything, football, baseball, lacrosse ball. I don't care. Like just anything, playing catch is the best. So that was like part of how disc golf came to be for me.
Okay, perfect.
What about
you? For me, I started with gymnastics. That was my whole childhood. Did that up through middle school. I did a little bit of your rec basketball, your rec soccer, tried baseball for a year, but never got along with it. I always wanted to be moving and being active. And then once I got into middle school, got a little bit more serious with soccer, started playing on a club team year round, did the basketball, cross country, wrestling, ran track and field. So yeah, I was a little bit of a sport head myself. Did football, basketball, soccer in high school. And then in college, went and played collegiate soccer, and that's when I picked up as a hobby golf. Um, just it was just so fun at the school I went to. You could get a giant bucket of balls for $3, and I would just go there when I needed a little bit of a break from studying, um, just take my mind off of things. And so that's when I got into golf and soccer, and then that led right into disc golf now.
Which lefties, I'm gonna brag for Michael since I know he won't. This man played D1 collegiate soccer at UW, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And then professional soccer in Oklahoma, right?
yeah, yeah, yep,
So he's being a little bit modest, but Michael's an athlete. I am a mathlete because I'm an accountant, and Michael is the athlete of the pod.
yeah. Thank you, appreciate that. Um, so that was sports you did growing up. When was the first time you played disc golf? When was the first time you actually threw a disc? When was the first time you played 18 holes? And kind of just like, what was the start of disc golf for you? How did it look? How did it kind of all begin for you?
Yeah, I think the first time that I actually played was like in church youth activities, but I think we played once at a 9-hole course,
Yeah.
and we only played like 3 holes, and we brought ultimate frisbees.
Yeah.
And I was probably like 13, 12 or 13. Like I don't even remember it until after I played disc golf for the first time. Then I was like, oh, I think I did this once. But living in Houston, working during the summers, we played ultimate frisbee every Saturday morning in Houston during the summer at like
Oh
6
God.
in the morning because that was the only time that it wasn't 5,000 degrees
Yep. Yep.
outside. And my buddy we played like 3-on-3, and it was miserable because not a lot of people showed up that week. So my buddy was like, hey, I played disc golf the other day. Since we're done playing ultimate early, do you want to go play disc golf with me? I was like, I'm bad at throwing the frisbee, so I don't think I'll be very good, but yeah, sure, I'll go. I was the chase the frisbee down the field, go knock it away from somebody, or go catch a touchdown kind of guy. I wasn't
Yeah.
the thrower.
You were the runner.
So I never thought I was a runner. Free safety. That's what I played. And then we went and played and had a blast. It was super fun. It was like the 9th or 10th hole. He told me to throw it forehand instead of backhand like a frisbee. And I parked like this super wooded hole, and I was like, oh, that's pretty sick. First birdie ever. Like, let's go.
Nice.
I think I shot plus 18 at that course. My first round ever.
For 9-hole or full 18? 18. Hey,
Shot plus 18.
you got to start somewhere.
I was like stoked with that. I was like, this is.
Yeah.
And I think it was like the next evening. It's like Saturday night. He texted me and was like, hey, you want to go play another round of disc golf? I was like, yeah, sure. Why not? Let's go. And my wife was cool with it. So she came out with me, and then that turned into a slow obsession, and the snowball just kept rolling and rolling, and
nice.
Turned into what it is.
Do you remember what that course was called?
I don't. It was in Spring, or like the Woodlands, Texas, Spring, Houston area.
Okay.
I know if I looked it up, I know exactly.
Yeah.
I can drive to it. I just can't remember.
That's fine. As long as you know in your heart that's where that was, everything started.
Yeah, that was summer 2019.
Okay. And then were you using your buddies' frisbees or discs? Did you have your own at the time? What was like, how did it feel transitioning from that ultimate frisbee to a disc?
Well, when we went and played, I didn't have any discs. I played with the frisbee because that's what we had, and I was terrible with it. And then by hole 8, he handed me a Shark, DX Shark. And then on hole 9 or 10 or 11, whenever I birdied that hole, he handed me a DX Wraith. And that was like the disc to throw forehand. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, these fly way better than a frisbee. Like, it was nice.
For sure. Cool.
Yeah. So that was like my intro into it, and then I went finished my undergrad, moved to Boise to do my master's at Boise State, and met a guy playing while I was playing disc golf out there, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to come play with me at this round?" And I was like, "I don't even know you. Like, what the heck? This
Yeah.
is weird. People don't do this." And I met up with him, and it was a blast. We played Eagle Island in Boise. It was a great course,
Okay.
and played terrible. I think I shot like plus 12 or something like that, and it's not the most difficult course if you just stay straight.
Yeah.
But then he invited his buddy like a couple weeks later, and then COVID happened, right? And shut down. So we didn't have anything else to do, but like we couldn't play disc golf. So we went and played like 4 mornings a week and then like one evening a week. And we just played disc golf like all summer long.
Nice. Nice.
And that started the true obsession of it.
Yeah. Yeah. It happens fast. I mean, each person kind of picks it up on their own time, but there's definitely that transition for most, I would say, of like recreational, this is fun, I enjoy this, and then you just get shoved off of that cliff and you're in the deep end and you're obsessed. You research, you YouTube, you buy discs, you buy more discs, and
Hundreds of discs later, you're like,
you
how
can't
did this
stop.
happen?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
it's
So
fun.
you started playing when you were at UW?
No. So I was in Oklahoma. Um, just got done playing soccer,
Okay, so it was
and
just golf that you started at UW, and then it was Oklahoma where you got.
yeah, yeah. So I have no real history of disc golf before, and it's actually kind of funny. My sister brings this up occasionally, but she used to go play in my hometown, Seattle, with one of her ex boyfriends, and there's a course that I've seen Yuli play at. So I know good players play there, but she would go there and play and was like, "Oh, Michael, you should come out." I was like, "No, I'm okay, like with my ball golf." And lo and behold, 7 years later, I can't get enough of the sport. But
You're like kicking yourself for not playing that
oh
great
yeah,
course.
yes, exactly. I have played it. I have played it.
Yep.
Very wooded. Um, I've lost a lot of discs there already, so I'm glad that's not my home course now because I would have a lot less discs on my rack if it
Yeah,
was.
for sure. To back up real quick,
Yeah,
uh, you are currently in LA area
I'm in
ish,
Southern Orange County.
Southern Orange County.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, if you're not from California,
That means nothing
that's
to you.
north of LA a
South, south. So
little bit.
it
Okay.
goes L.A.
Okay.
and then Orange County's this area, and then a little bit of nothing, and then San Diego. So like
Okay. So you're south of LA.
I'm smack dab in the middle between LA and San Diego. Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
So you're in SoCal right now.
Yes.
You're from Seattle area.
Yes.
You learned your disc golf in Oklahoma,
That's where I started. Yeah.
and then we met in Colorado.
That's correct. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So that's a journey of location. So you're now in SoCal
Yep.
with the wife and baby.
Yep.
I'm from Oregon, born and raised in Salem, Oregon. Started playing in Houston when I was working during the summers between school. Got serious into it during my master's at Boise State, and for my wife, where her family's from, and that's when like everything is led to where I am now, and that's where we met from trading a disc or something on the the Mile High Disc Golf Club Facebook page.
Yeah. I might have ripped you off a little bit, but at the time, it was worth it. It was worth it. It was a fair trade at the time. Looking back,
I mean, I sold that disc for like $75 or something like that. So
yeah. So it was actually
it's good.
my wife met you first.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I forgot.
She was the one who came to your porch and
She's
swapped
super
out the
cute,
disc.
super sweet. She's like, yeah, my husband, blah blah blah. Like,
Yeah. I sent her to do all my dirty work. No one
well,
will no
she's
one no one will rip her off.
yeah, that's fair. She's nice enough to do it for you. My wife would just say, screw you, move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, 6. So you're in Oklahoma
Yes.
and your story.
Um Summertime comes around. I had some coworkers at my job, which was Trader Joe's, and they were like, "Hey, my brother played disc golf. Do you want to go out and play?" So there was a group of probably five of us. I think four of us were playing, and then there was two or three guys that were just like out there to drink beers and have a good time after work. So like we'd go into work at 5 in the morning. We're off at 1 in the afternoon. So we just got the whole day to kind of hang out and relax. And we went to a course right in the heart of Oklahoma City, Dolisi Park. Um, and first hole is just straight away 280 feet, just like there's two trees that you have to go through. First throw, I watching my friends, they're getting 120 feet down the fairway, like not very far. And I go and it goes nowhere. I have my three discs. I have the leopard, the shark, and the AVR. The
End
150
of a
gram.
starter set.
Yeah, end of a starter set. That's what I started with. I throw this thing and it goes absolutely nowhere. I'm like, what the heck am I doing? And par three, I think I got a 6 or 7. Just like it was awful. We were all terrible disc golfers at the time. We get to the second hole, and this is 380, 400-foot hole. A lot more trees are involved. It's not like wooded, but it's just like obstacle trees. And this solo comes through, and I got my three discs. They each say driver, mid range, putter. I'm like, okay, it makes
Mhm.
sense what you're going to use it for. Coming from a ball golf, you're like, you got your clubs. That's all you need.
Yeah.
This guy rolls up with his backpack full. It looked like that one up here, just like full of discs. I'm like, what do you need all those for? What do you need them for? What do they do different? How do you even know which one you're pulling out of your bag? Like, you're crazy, man. I don't know how. And this guy just on a rope throws the perfect S line, misses all the trees and parks the hole. And I just like, I'm a competitive guy.
Yeah.
I like being the best out of my friend group. I like pushing myself. I like being really good at sports. And to watch someone, one, to be worse than all of my friends, and then two, to watch someone do that at that level, I was like, that's all it took was like 2 holes of sucking really bad and then watching someone throw a disc and watching it fly like that. I was like, I need practice. I need practice. I need a frisbee. I need to like just go out to a field and throw. And so it did not take me long to get that kind of competitive juice and edge, to just start like not competing, but just practicing and getting
better.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely.
So,
So how
yeah.
long from that time until you like could throw fairly well, like getting from like a rec player to like an intermediate level player? How long was that time for you?
To get to an intermediate, it was about 5 or 6 months. So it was like middle of summer was when I first picked it up. And then this kind of leads into my next question. But I played a tournament about 6 months later in January or February.
Thanks.
So
You played
that
a tournament early.
I did play a tournament early. It was the Frozen Toad Open. And this was one of those unique ones where it had a ton of like levels. So they had MPO, MA1, MA2, MA3, but MA3 was into a like a red, orange, green, and purple category. Have you heard of tournaments that do that at all?
Nah,
Yeah, so
never
like
heard of that.
there was, I think they divided it up by ratings. I don't know, but I didn't have a rating. I was like, I'm just gonna go to the absolute lowest one, test myself, see what I can do. Um, so I went to the lowest tier I could. I was it was a shotgun start. I was on the 18th hole, started on the 18th hole, so it was kind of fun to follow the MPO card.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
have you heard of Coda Hatfield?
Yeah,
Yeah, so he's huge in
yeah,
Oklahoma.
big name.
Yeah, I heard of him. Kind of watched like obviously you start watching the YouTube, you hear guys like local guys. But so I got to follow him the entire time. But 2 round tournament, 2 courses down in Norman, Oklahoma, and ended up taking the win in my first tournament. So MA3 purple Frozen Toad
There you go.
champion over here. So my first and only tournament win that I've had. But so I got into the tournament scene pretty quickly, but that just speaks to like I like to compete. That's my competitiveness coming out. I wanted to
Yeah,
compare myself to others, see kind of like was I progressing? How good am I compared to the field? So
yeah.
yeah, yeah. And then that
From
my
that tournament to your next tournament, how long was that period?
uh it was a little bit longer. It was when I moved to Colorado. So I only played the one tournament in Oklahoma, and then when I moved to Colorado, I don't remember what my first one was. It was probably one of the either the How the West was won
That's a big
or
one.
yeah, or and I think I played MA2 in that one. Like I jumped and like I said once you win here, you're jumping up here. Once you
Yep.
win there, you jump up. Like there's no point in staying competitive, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um
gotta push
uh,
yourself.
yeah, yeah. So is either How the West was won or the Dragons disc down at Expo Park. One of
Sure.
those two. Just a
Which are
little
like early summer,
yeah. Yeah. So another I think
4 months or so.
6 or 7 months. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah,
Later.
gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't it's all a little blurry, like how my
Yeah.
clock worked, but yeah. So I moved up to MA2 and then I think I got second, and now I'm currently in MA1 and stuck
Oh,
here
dang.
for life.
For life, you're not going pro anytime soon.
Not anytime soon. Um, I wish, but it's just when you don't get to practice as much as you need to,
It's tough.
it's more fun to stay competitive than kind of
Just
just
get trounced
get,
on.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So, um, so yeah, my question, we kind of touched base, but like, when did you first get into tournaments and competing?
So my timeline's super similar to yours, and I didn't actually know this. Like, uh, when I was in Boise before like the summer where I got like really into it, I was like watching. I was catching up on old Jomez during the winter
Yeah,
in Idaho where it was freezing, and was like, I want to play a tournament. I want to see how where I stack up to people. And I played like a winter tournament in like February of 2020.
yeah,
And at this point, mind you, I was throwing like 280 max.
yeah,
Like I didn't have distance drivers in my bag, didn't need them, couldn't throw them. I was throwing putters beautifully on 200-foot lines. I could throw a putter all day. I could throw my mid ranges like 250, and I could throw my fairways like 270, 280 on a good line.
yeah,
Like was not throwing very far, and played in this freezing cold tournament. This flex start. I was like late, so I was sprinting to my
yeah,
or it was a not flex start, it was a scram or shotgun.
Yeah.
So I was like
Yeah.
sprinting to, I was literally like the second furthest hole away, sprinting to my T start. I was like, guys, I'm coming. I didn't know anybody, and everybody was smoking something. I don't know what it was half the time, but
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here, but whatever, I'll try. And I was just asking, like, one of the guys that I was playing with, I was just asking him questions like the whole time, just trying to learn the tournament scene. And I played in the intermediate division, first tournament,
Oh,
just to see where I was. And it was a non-sanctioned event, I think.
okay.
Don't remember, but I got fourth,
Nice.
which I was pretty stoked with. I was like, dang, I got fourth. Like I might be okay at this. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
The thing was I wasn't thrown out of bounds like other guys were. I
Yeah.
threw my putters and mid ranges
Yeah.
straight, and I got a few birdies on like the short holes, and
Hmm.
mostly throwing backhand putters and then forehand fairway drivers because I couldn't throw very far. And then from there, I didn't play another tournament until October when we moved back to Colorado and was finishing up school online. And I played in a flex start at what's it called? Um,
Village Greens.
yes, Village
Okay.
Greens. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. Played a flex start there, and I went to the advanced division because I was like, I've gotten a lot better at disc golf, so maybe I'll try the division up. And I got third, second or third, and I was off of first by like 4 strokes.
Yeah.
And then I didn't play another tournament until the following 4th of July.
Nice. Yeah.
So it took me a while to get into tournaments, and that was mostly because I had little kids and was starting a new job and
Yeah. Yeah.
all that stuff. So
Cool.
that was like the start of my tournament. I still haven't played a ton of tournaments, but
Yeah.
I played in 4 this year, or 4 2022.
Yeah.
4,
That's
4 or
my thing.
5, I
Like,
think.
as long as I get 5, so it kind of pays for the membership.
PDGA,
Yeah, I feel like I get my money's worth. That's enough competing for me. Obviously, if I had more free time, I would love to be able to travel more and get in more competitions, but we got lives to take care of, unfortunately. So,
Although you do play your weekly
yep. Weekly,
tags, right?
Yeah, it's just a weekly league match at Huntington Beach, Paul Macbeth's old stomping grounds.
That's sweet.
I might have to bow out tomorrow because we're supposed to get some monsoon rainstorm, and I don't do well in the rain. Even though I come from Seattle,
I was gonna say we're Northwest boys, but
no, I didn't play disc golf in the rain, so
yeah, same.
I'll keep it at that. Think we got time for one more question?
Yeah,
perfect.
Let's for our in the bag section, we'll do a little bit of a brief overview of our bags, but yeah, hit me with your last question.
Perfect, because it kind of goes with that. What were your first discs that you started with? What do you remember most? What was the most successful? Like, just kind of like go back to those first Frisbees that you bought. Like, what was the first one you bought? Just kind of take us back to the earliest in the bag days that you can remember.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to sound like a lot of people, but the Innova starter set. And then I wanted something faster, and my buddy let me use that DX Wraith. So I went and bought myself a DX Wraith, nice baby blue one. Nice. It is somewhere in Boise in a river, I'm sure. Yep. Too, and then I went to Dick's Sporting Goods and bought a Colossus because that was a 13 speed.
Oh, this one has a big number. That means it goes farther.
Oh, and it's gonna turn the -3 and the 2 fade. This one's gonna go super far.
Yeah,
and couldn't throw it worth the
dadgum
penny.
Yeah,
Uh, and then I got Mako 3. And that was a pretty good one for me. Um, I made a deal with my wife that like if I ever had like a 3 sale day, that I got to buy a disc.
Yeah.
So I was like working hard to get my 3 sale day so I could get a disc, like kind of like
Nice. Yeah.
our poor college budget. And then I've got a lion and a pig. So I was mostly getting Innova because that's like
That's what you started with.
pros playing with,
Yep.
and uh, have since not gone back to Innova hardly at all. But it was like a lion and a pig and a KC Pro AVR were like kind of my first like
Yeah.
discs that I started to like actually like kind of get good with. Not
Nice.
good, but like
Your
feel
step,
like I could play disc golf
your step
decently.
up from the starter set.
Yep. And then the big one for me was the TL3. That was like the disc where I really learned how to like throw a
Yeah.
driver. Was
Cool.
the TL3. That was my disc.
Yep. Yep.
What about
Perfect.
you?
Uh, Similar-ish. Started with the Innova starter set, and then I I didn't like advance past that, but I went to the store, Dmart Pro Shop up in Oklahoma, and they had this awesome buy two get one free on their used discs. So for
That's solid.
$22, like that's with the tax, you could get 3 premium plastic used discs. And I don't know how many times I'd go in there and just like, all right, what 3 am I going to get this week? So
That's
it was
sweet.
a very
That's a
bad
good deal.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. And I miss it every single day
Yeah.
that I buy a new disc. I'm like, wow, I'm paying $25 for this brand new one when I used to be able to get 3. But I went there and I said,
Yeah.
hey, help me out. I'm just getting started. I want 3 discs to learn. And they hooked me up with a Lucid Explorer. It's that yellow one, that you see me throw around a
The
little
same
bit.
yellow one today.
The same yellow one. Yep.
The one that you've retired now.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
That's why it means so much to me, is because I've had it since day 3. Not
That's
day
beautiful.
1, not day 1, but like day 3.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So I got that yellow Explorer, and then I had a Echo Star Mako 3 in the like kind of minty lime green.
Dude, my champion Mako 3 was also lime green.
Yeah. Yeah. I ended up
With
getting
the Echo Star, that's solid.
It was nice. It was nice. My buddy ended up using that as his putter. I like would buy more discs and he loved it as his putter. So I was like, you're moving away, I'm moving away. You take that with you to remember me by and continue
Smack
playing.
Daddy.
Yep. So it was Explorer, Mako 3, and AVR. Those are my first 3 kind of big boy discs. And then
Just a DX AVR.
I think so. Yeah. It had a snowman stamp on it. It was from old tournament. So down in Oklahoma. So those are the ones I started with. Kind of my bigger purchase after that was a Tour Series Ricky Pig. It was the tank one. The tank one. Yep.
I still have it right on the wall right there.
I don't have mine. I lost one.
Oh, actually, no. Mine's the year before the tank one.
Okay. Yeah.
Mine's the 2019 where the pig is crashing through the basket that's upside down.
Yeah. Yeah. So I had the later one, but it was white with a jelly bean foil, and it was it was nice. But for a long time that was my putter. I was putting with a pig and a AVR X3 because I didn't like the depth of the AVR. It's just too deep. And then leading up to my tournament, I was like, I went back to the store and I was like, hey, I like putting with these, but I know they don't fly. Like you shouldn't be putting with them. And so they put me on to the Caltrop, which is
The same Caltrop.
the same Caltrop. So
I'm loving this story, man. I didn't know this. This is
yeah, that yellow one
great.
was the putter I used to win my first tournament, which is why it's a little bit sentimental to me.
Which is why you've been trying to replace it for a while.
Yes, so I don't have to throw it anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yep,
that's good. Okay, well, I'm sure we'll. I mean, I love these stories. I don't know if everybody else is going to, but I love it. So,
good.
I only have one topic for our Disc Golf Weekly news and notes.
Cool.
And that's, what the heck do you think of these stupid Simon Lizotte to MVP rumors? Sorry, not stupid. These rumors of Simon to MVP. I think I gave away my stance on it.
Hey, just because you're a Discmania fanboy and you don't
want
to see it.
I'm not. I was, and that's how we became friends. Was because you bamboozled me for one disc that I wanted.
Iron Samurai 2. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. I think it's gaining traction. It's weird because he keeps posting videos throwing Discmania. He keeps wearing Discmania.
They posted a video of him today with Eagle.
Yeah.
Do you think think there's any sort of like validity to it?
There has to be, to some extent. Like, I don't think you could get this many people in the disc golf community to kind of go along with a prank. Like, I mean, you could. I think it's very easy to. You get the right people talking, you get the right sources, quote tweeting and bringing it up. It's definitely possible to get people talking about something to that extent, but I don't know. I'm interested. I'd love to see him go somewhere like MVP. I mean, you've heard the numbers, $1 million a year contract.
Yeah.
He is one of 3 players, maybe 4 players in the world who deserves that type of money.
Agreed.
Like the pull that the influence that he has.
He's the number one YouTube player page. He has the most fans.
Yeah.
He deserves a big contract.
Yeah.
For sure.
You got the Paul and the Ricky are up there.
But they're up there for their play.
The on-field performance. Yes. Yep. On the course performance. Him, I mean, he backed it up with on-field performance this year.
He's a top 5 player this year.
Yes, exactly.
For 2022.
And his likability, marketable ability, social media presence, all that he brings he's so far ahead of anyone else. And if MVP doesn't give it to him, Discmania better start emptying their pockets to keep him there. For sure.
I think I just can't envision him leaving.
It's hard.
not because I'm a Discmania fanboy, which I do love my Discmania. I've got a lot of it, but I just can't see it happening. He's too tied to that company for so long.
Yeah.
He has so many signature discs. I don't know what the UC situation is with that's another topic for another day.
Yeah.
Hopefully we find out something more with it.
Yeah.
But I think he deserves at least $1.5 million a year, just based on how much plastic he moves.
Yeah.
And his influence, he's and the fact that he won 3 tournaments this last year. Like,
yes.
He won 3 big tournaments. It was like 1 Silver Series and 2 Pro Tour tournaments. He won the MVP Open.
Yeah.
Which I think is part of why people are saying that. I think somebody big is moving.
I think he had 4 wins.
He had 4?
Yeah, the
Portland Open,
the 2 Oregons,
the Des Moines Challenge,
MVP. He won
Beaver State Fling?
Yes.
Okay. So 4.
That's when,
and then
Girthy,
MVP.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't watch that one. That's right. So I think somebody is moving though. And I could very well see MVP being a buyer in the market because they've experienced a lot of growth with the
Yeah.
holy shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I just don't think it's Simon.
Yeah. I would just be sad for Discmania because it's like, I mean, you still have Eagle, who's one of the Crush Boys. Like he's always going to be there. You got Kyle Klein, but it's
they put the three of them on the new CD1.
Yeah,
it's just it's hard to see any sort of thing, but we'll see. I am willing to eat my words if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
absolutely, I'll eat my words.
Okay, so right here, right now, do you think he's leaving or not?
No, I do not think he is. If he leaves, I will do the next episode, the episode after he leaves, shirtless.
We don't want to see that. What are you talking about?
Okay, good.
You gotta dye your hair or something.
I don't know, man. We'll see.
I know. You should have your girls do your makeup.
I'll paint my fingernails. How about that?
That's totally fair. That's valid. Yeah. Cool.
All right. So that's news and notes. Our dealer's choice, or is our dealer's choice more of what we've done so far?
It's what we've done so far. We can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got a good dealer's choice for you this week. I mean, this first week, but one I'm excited about. It's a draft, so it goes back and forth between us.
Okay.
Should we do it or should we wait?
I say we wait. Let's. I think we went through a lot of topics. We went a lot of background for us or of us, and we can leave the audience wanting more next week. So, do you want to tease what it is, or did you already tease it enough?
Well, I want to tease it, but I also don't want you to be prepared for it.
That's fair. That's valid.
Because it's a draft.
It's a draft.
And
so
we go back and forth, and I've got my first and second choices for the things that I want, and I want you to have to think on your toes quickly.
That's fine. I can do that. Yeah. So tune in next week. We got a exciting draft topic to go over. Do you want to wrap things up, or do you want me to?
Do we want to touch on in the bag or 2-minute drill, or should we?
No. I think this was just our intro to people. We can come back next week with a more standardized type of content and talking points. I think this was just really wanting us to introduce ourselves, get a little bit of our background to all of you listeners, and
all 4 of you.
Yep, all watchers out there. Maybe 5 now. I might send this to my grandma. She'll watch it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Hi, Grandma.
But yeah. So
legitimately, I hope that this thing grows to a point where people will go back to old episodes, because I've done that with podcasts where I went back to old episodes and found information on old episodes because I liked the podcast and I couldn't get enough. And I hope that someday someone will come back to this and be like, hey, I'm on episode 66 and I didn't know this about Big Mike's story.
I can't believe Lincoln didn't think Simon was going to MVP. It was
what
so
a loser.
Obvious. Everyone said it.
Well, very good. Yeah. Very good. Okay. Well, I'm excited. Next week we'll do the more traditional episode as we want it to be moving forward.
Yep.
Try to keep these 30 to 45 minutes or so. We'll kind of see. Some weeks we'll have more to talk about. Some weeks we'll I don't know. We always have something to say.
I know. Yeah. This will definitely cut down on my texting for the week. Yeah. But
we'll put ideas and notes and then be able to talk about it here. Yeah, and my wife won't be like, "Hey, stop texting him." And I'll be like, "But honey, he wants to buy a new disc. He wants my input."
I know. Yep.
Or I want to buy a new disc, but I'm not going to tell you about it yet.
Yeah. I got to get the approval from him first.
Yeah, which I do have a package coming Friday morning.
Ooh.
And I did the Infinite mystery box. Or free mystery
disc. Yeah.
Yeah, the little promo that they had going on.
Cool.
So I'll have a
Nice.
random mystery disc.
Live unboxing on the channel. First one.
I think
Or
I'm too
you
excited
can't
to.
wait. You can't wait.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got two infinite fairways and a new
Nice.
link,
There you
and
go.
then no, three infinite fairways
Perfect.
and a new link, and then a mystery disc. So
Okay. All
we'll
right.
see.
Well,
Should be fun.
can't wait to talk about them next week.
Okay, perfect. Well, to all you lefties out there and all you righties too, I guess. Thanks for listening, and hit all those follow buttons or whatever. Help us grow the show. Hopefully hopefully you enjoy our ridiculous banter.
All right. Thank you guys.
Bye.